Hey everyone, it's Dylan, and today we are talking protein. So, protein, quite the opposite of carbohydrates in terms of people tend to severely undereat protein, and whereas with carbohydrates, they tend to overeat them. Uh, but yeah, basically, what we're going to be going through today is why we want to be eating lots of protein or adequate amounts of protein, what we utilize protein for, how often we want to be eating it, and basically why. All right. So protein. So generally speaking, we just don't eat enough of it. Like I was saying before, or just then, as with carbohydrates, we eat way too many. Protein, we generally eat way too little. So maybe a little bit at lunch, a little bit at dinner. That's basically it. Whereas what we want to be doing is eating a good protein source every 3 to 4 hours, ideally. And you can just the amount of protein that you should be eating. Um, that's probably a good starting point to try and eat a good protein source every 3 to 4 hours. But we'll get into that a little bit more. So, why do we want to eat more protein? So, protein is the building blocks of muscles. Believe it or not, what we do in the gym when we're training is we're breaking down our muscles. We want to be rebuilding them and repairing them. So, protein and muscles are vital for our immune system. And protein is also full of essential amino acids just to maintain healthy bodily functions, be healthy, feel good, feel energetic as well. So, as we sort of just touched on then as well, as when we are actually exercising, believe it or not, we are breaking down muscle tissue. We need to be eating adequate amounts of protein so that we recover properly and can train again the next day. And this will lead us to continually getting results over the long term as well. So for optimal results, we want to eat a good quality protein source every 3 to 4 hours. Now, when I say good quality, you'll see on the list directly below this a list of good quality protein sources. Now, if you are a vegetarian or a pescatarian or you don't eat some meats, you please let us know straight away so that we can sort something else out for you, because your nutrition plan will be slightly different just based on the fact that you won't be able to eat or consume the same sources of protein as someone who eats a lot of meat or is willing to eat meat. So they're good quality protein sources listed below. We're talking meat sources, we're talking fish, chicken. There are some other sources down there, whey protein, all these sorts of things. So constantly stimulate muscle protein synthesis. So this is where our muscles are utilizing and uptaking the protein source to maintain and rebuild muscles. Muscle is metabolically active tissue, meaning it takes energy to have muscles. We're not talking about like being a bodybuilder here. We're talking about lean muscle tissue. And even when you're losing weight, we want to be maintaining as much muscle as possible. All right. So 1 gram of protein, 4 calories. 100 grams of protein, 400 calories. So, as you can sort of see, this is exactly the same amount of energy as carbohydrates, but a completely different role. Carbohydrates are seen as an energy utilized for making muscle contractions, fueling our body, whereas protein's more the repairing aspect. All right, super important, guys. Calculate your protein source below in the calculator upcoming in step 4 or 5, and make sure you hit that every day, 5 to 10 grams. After this, there's also the 2 mini quiz questions. Make sure you complete them as well.